Judge, I object. The defense attorney is making faces and rolling his eyes. Is that a proper objection to make during the course of trial? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. And the answer is technically no, it is not a proper objection. So what kind of objection is this? It's an objection that basically says, hey, judge, hello, wake up. You don't see what's going on. The defense lawyer is doing something to try and influence the jury based upon this witness's testimony. So here's the scenario. I'm questioning my medical expert. And while I'm questioning him and he's giving these answers, the defense attorney wants to point out to the jury that he doesn't believe any of the answers that are coming out of my expert's mouth. So what does he do? He can't verbally say, oh, this is bullshit, oh, this is bull, I can't believe this, I don't believe any of this. Instead, trying to use nonverbal cues to let the jury know what he's really thinking. So what kind of nonverbal cues is he trying to get the jury to see? He's basically making faces that show he's incredulous. He doesn't believe anything this witness is saying. He's like, oh, yeah, right. You know, that type of thing, where if you look at him, if you're watching his antics, you will see immediately that he doesn't believe any of it. Now, you should know, in all likelihood, this is a whole strategy just designed to get the attention off of my expert, to get the jury to watch him, to see what he's going to do. So sometimes you'll see a defense attorney play a game just to get the jury to divert their attention away from the expert, away from the questioning, and now just to watch him. And if the judge doesn't see this, I actually have an obligation to point it out to the judge. Excuse me, judge, the defense lawyer is making faces and rolling his eyes every time my witness gives an answer. Now, what type of objection is this? It's a one that basically cries for help. It's one that says, judge, I can't do anything. Could you please help me out here? The defense lawyer is making faces, nah. That's what it looks like. It looks like I'm weak and ineffective because I'm now asking the judge for help for something that's so silly, right? He's making nonverbal faces to try and influence the jury. Is it going to work? Well, it depends. He obviously wants to get that message across that he doesn't believe my expert. And he will have an opportunity to cross-examine my expert to try and whittle away at his testimony. And everybody understands that. That's what happens during cross-examination. But now he's making faces, and it's so obvious to everybody, the judge doesn't see it for some reason. He's not paying attention to the attorney, he's paying attention to the witness. His attention is diverted right next to him. If you were to turn and look every time the witness gives an answer, he'd see all the face rolling, he'd see all the eye rolling and the different faces. So what's the judge going to do? In all likelihood, the judge will turn to the defense lawyer and say, counselor, stop it. You know, it's like taking kids for a drive, you're going on a long trip, and now the kids are fighting in the back seat. And now they don't stop. You tell them to stop, and you turn around and say, would you guys stop it? And guess what? It works for about 30 seconds, and they're right back at it again. Same exact thing happens with an attorney who tries to do that. He goes back to his regular routine of trying to influence the jury by making these faces, by trying to get them to understand that he doesn't believe a word of what this witness is saying. So why do I share this quick information with you? I share it with you because this does happen from time to time, and when it does happen, guess what? Everybody in the courtroom knows about it, except maybe for the judge. And now the attorney who brings it to the attention of the judge basically has no choice but to say, counselor, stop it. And now if the judge does see him doing it, he'll yell at him again. Counselor, I told you to stop doing that. If I see you doing it again, I'm going to hold you in contempt. You know, I realize you're watching this video because you likely have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you have not yet started a lawsuit but are thinking about doing so, then what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.